Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Maurice Bishop, and today I want to share with y'all a game with Emory Tate versus Leonid Yudasin. This was on the U.S. Master Tournament back in 1997, and this was a very classic game. And this is probably one of Emory Tate best games because he really showed out in his game. And the reason why this is a very um classic game is because the fact that Emory Tate was just I'm not saying just, but he was an international master and he was playing against Leonid Yudasin, who was already at 2700, which is a super grandmaster or whatever. Yudasin is a very strong player, you know what I mean? And the fact that he actually won his game and the way that he did it, it was just crazy, yo. Very crazy. But without further ado, man, we're actually going to get started with this game. All right. So E4. Emory Tate played as white and Yudasin played as black. All right. So Emory Tate played E4. Yudasin played C5, playing a Sicilian defense. Knight F3, D6, D4, C catches D4, Knight catches D4, Knight F6, and Knight C3. And here we have it. It's a Sicilian defense, the modern variation. And then A6 is played, then Bishop C4. Now with Bishop C4, this is again what Bobby Fischer played back in the day and everything. And if you actually read Emory Tate's book, he didn't write the book. It was Doctor. I can never get his name right though. I think his name is Shabim or Shazam, something like that. I'm gonna actually put that book in the description box, man. It is a phenomenal book, a very phenomenal book, and I'm gonna actually put in the description box for y'all to get, man. Especially if y'all like crazy tactical games that Emory Tate does, man. You definitely got to get that book. It is man. It is a crazy book, man, for real. Very exciting too, and you really get to see into his life, for real. All right, but Bishop C4 was played, E6, Bishop B3. The whole point of Bishop B3 is to anticipate this B5 move. This is Bishop B3 is always recommended. Um, I love it, man. And Bobby Fischer done this move as well too. Um, Knight B to G7 is played, Queen E2, Knight C5, G4, very aggressive move. Like Ginger GM used to always say, Gary the G pawn. That's what he used to always say, Gary the G pawn. Then you got Harry the H pawn. Crazy. But this is a nice aggressive move though. I love it, man. Very aggressive. B5 is played, G5 is played, Knight F to D7, and then Bishop D5. This is fire. Definitely fire, man. Um, but Yudasin didn't take, he goes Bishop B7. Now, what happens if E captures D5? So if E captures D5, I'm pretty sure Knight C6 would have been played. Queen B6, E captures D5 with a check. As you can see, the king is still in the center of the board. He can't go to King D8 because the knight is protecting it, and can't go to E7 because obviously the queen and the knight is defending that square. And obviously, if you go Bishop E7, well, you already know this would be Queen captures E7, checkmate. So the only way you could really stop it is technically with Knight E5, pretty much. So if Knight E5 is played, then I'm pretty sure Emory Tate would have played something like F4, not only getting the piece back, but also still trying to open the center. And I'm pretty sure a move like Bishop G4 would have came into play, and then maybe Queen E3. Pretty sure Queen E3 would have been played, and I think White would be pretty good. I think he'll be pretty good at this position, to be honest with you. And also to be really honest with y'all, I believe that I think if Udaston would have been in a position like this, I'm pretty sure that he would have gave the piece back by probably doing knight d3, and then if the pawn takes, then he gets the queen captures e3. If bishop catches e3, then he got knight catches d3 with a check. Obviously he can't go king f2 because the knight guarding that square. The king can't go d1 because the bishop guarding that. But he do have options like king f1 or maybe king d2. Maybe safer would probably be king f1 because if he goes king d2, Udasin would have moves like knight captures b2. but it's not really about taking a pawn. It's really about going to the square knight c4, getting the king in check, and also hitting the dark square bishop. And then you gotta worry about bishop f3 as well. Maybe not yet, but um, if he could get that pawn to b4 to move that knight out the way, then bishop f3 could potentially come in. So it's I don't know. It's like some equal chances. I mean, it's just a crazy, complicated position. If you mess up in one, you do one wrong move, man, it could cost you the game. But this is a very crazy, complicated game, and it seemed like it's kind of equal on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so obviously Yudasin he is a pawn up, but White seems to have some compensation because he does have a really good knight on c6, and the only thing about this position is this bishop on e7 is kind of still stuck here. It's locked in. Um, the knight on b2 is going to be good in a minute after knight c4, and the light square bishop is pretty good as well. But all of Emory Tate pieces, like his bishop and his two knights, are both looking good to me. Definitely looking good. So I don't know. It could go either way if you ask me. But anyway, Yudasin never took the bishop at all. He just went to bishop b7. All right, so bishop catches b7, knight catches b7, a4 is played, and Yudasin actually took on a4, letting Emory take on rook catches a4. But this is the thing, though. I had to ask myself this question. And the crazy part, I saw this game before, and I was looking at it, and I could never, for some reason at the time, this was a while ago, man, but I could never get why um Udas never went b4. But as I really dissected this position or whatever, I saw some tactical things myself. I was thinking, well, if he went b4, I'm pretty sure Udasin probably saw the move knight d5. I think that's something Udasin probably saw, and I think that he didn't want to give Emory Tate any attacking chances or whatever. So I don't know if Udasin even saw the move, but then again, I really believe he saw that move though, because I don't Udasin would have never took, as a strong player as he is, as strong grandmaster as he is, he wouldn't just take the pawn just to take the pawn. There's always principles to the madness and everything. But I really believe that he didn't go b4 because of the knight d5. That's what I really believe. And plus his king is still the center of the board. The whole point of knight d5 is if he's gaining control of the center, but if e captures d5, then Emory Tate and I'm positive that Emory Tate would have went knight c6, and then if the queen goes b6, then he got e captures d5 again. The same thing. King can't go d8. King go e7. Obviously, you can't go bishop e7 because white is going to mate again. So of course, if he goes on knight e5, then you got f4. Now you don't have to worry about any bishop on g4 at all and things like that, because the bishop has already been exchanged and everything. So that was it. But yeah, I think this will look good for white. I think white has an advantage. If he went knight d5, and then if he takes, it's just making black's position a lot worse. All right, so but yeah, after a4, b catches a4, and then rook catches a4, and knight b to c5, hitting the rook as you can see, and then rook a3. Queen b6, Emory Tate castles, bishop b7, and then king h1. Now you're probably thinking this is a worthless move. It's actually not. There's actually a principle that if a queen or a dark square bishop, is on the same diagonal as your king, you might want to move that king out of the way because it would give your opponent chances of doing something tactical around your king, especially if your king is in the same line of fire as the queen or as the bishop. And this goes for if you're king was on a light square, and then you had a queen on a light square or a light square bishop in the same diagonal as your king or whatever. The rule of thumb is to always get out of the line of fire. And a lot of people may call it a prophylactic move or whatever, things like that. So, uh, I said prophylactic. I hope I'm saying it right. Yeah. I don't think I'm saying it right, y'all. Prophylaxis. I guess I'm saying it right. I'm pretty sure. Yo, look, definitely comment below, man, if I'm saying it right. Prophylactic. I think it's prophylactic move. Okay. Anyway, y'all correct me in the comment. But anyway, but that's the rule of thumb, though. If your king is on the same diagonal as like for instance, as this queen is right here, if it's on the same diagonal as your king, you need to get your king out of the way to prevent any tactical possibilities. Even if your opponent doesn't have any pieces around your king already, it's still better to be safe than sorry. Just move your king out of the way. And I believe that was a great choice for Emory Tate to even do that, to move his king to h1. And the crazy part is the engine was saying Rook D1. But of course, engines go by, you know, certain other things or whatever. And, we're humans. We go by our human intellect. So, you know, it's a lot of things that humans can do that computers can't, but hey, what can you say? All right, so King H1. So just always remember that if your king is in the same line of fire, as your opponent's queen or bishop or whatever, get your king out of the way. All right. So Yudasin castles, b4 is play awesome move. Why is b4 an awesome move? Because that is a poison pawn. Why is it a poison pawn? Because if the queen takes on b4, then you have this beautiful move knight c6, and then if the queen goes back, knight captures e7 with a check, and Emory Tate is actually up a piece, which is very awesome. All right, so after b4, knight a4 is played by Yudasin. Knight f5 is played. Awesome move. Uh, I'm telling you, man, Emory Tate is just crazy, man. Just giving up pieces, man. He could have already got a knight, but he ignores it totally. Going for the dark square bishop. All right, so E catches f5, knight d5, as you can see, hitting the queen and also hitting this dark square bishop. So obviously, Yudasin protects the bishop with queen d8, and then he still ignores the knight. He don't even want the knight. He just went straight for E catches f5. Awesome, right? So rook f to e8. Now you also gotta look at in this position. Look at this. Emory Tate was giving up a g5 pawn. Now, it's another rule of thumb. You don't want to be greedy and take pawns. The whole reason of sacrificing this G pawn is because, let me show y'all real quick. If bishop catches G5, bishop catches G5, queen catches G5, then a rook comes to G1. Now the rook is in the center of, or not in the center, but in the same file as this king. And as you see, this rook is already on a3, and it could definitely swoop over. And then, sooner or later, the pawn may go to f6 and everything. And I'm telling you, man, it's going to be all types of problems for black, man. It's going to make black very uncomfortable, like seriously. So, but of course, Yudasin didn't do that at all, right? But he plays rook e8. Queen h5 is played. As you see, again, Emory Tate is just ignoring the knight. He is down. He is down a piece, and all Emory Tate cares about is attacking. That's all he cares about. Hey, attack, attack, attack. That's what he does. Knight a to b6. He get his on Yudasin move his knight to b6 or whatever. Now he's hitting this knight. Rook h3, as you can see, he's hitting queen captures h7 with a check, and then of course queen h8 will be mate. Knight f8. Yudasin is defending this pawn on h7, and then oh my goodness, man, pawn f6, pawn f6, y'all. Literally, Emory Tate is literally just giving up his knight just like that. And I'm pretty sure in Yudasin's mind, he's probably like, man, if I take this knight, man, he just gonna take my bishop. He already down a piece. I should be good. But nah, that ain't what happened. Yudasin took the knight. F catches G7, man. Thinking he's probably gonna take the bishop. Nah, he goes straight to the heart. Like he's like a shark, man, with one laser eye focus, ready to attack the king, man. Attack, attack, attack. That's what he's doing. All right. So king catches G7, and then of course a rule of thumb. When you have all your pieces attacking or whatever, things like that, and you have a piece in the army that's just not doing anything, put them to work. And that's pretty much what Emory Tate did. This bishop ain't doing not a goddamn thing. Nope, not doing nothing. But you know what? Hey, the king is putting him to work. Bishop B2 check. Look at this long range. This is just beautiful. This long range check over here. Controlling those dark squares in that diagonal. Beautiful, right? So King G8, G6, beautiful. Why is this beautiful? Well, guys, because if H captures G6, Queen H8 would be checkmate. And then, if the F pawn captures on G6, then Queen captures D5 with a check. And obviously the king can't go H8 because this bishop is on this long diagonal. So what can black do? The only thing he could do is go knight E6. Queen captures E6, king F8, then rook captures H7. And there is nothing he can do to stop this mate on F7. Crazy, man. That G6 pawn is poison at its best. For real. Poison pawn. I love it. Alright, y'all. So, um, after G6 was played, Yudasin played Bishop F6, trying to block that diagonal. And then G captures F7 check. As you can see, the pawn is hitting the king and it's hitting the rook on E8. King H8 is played, and then Rook G1. Now, this is just crazy, y'all. So, just look at this. The rook is already threatening some mating patterns with Rook G8. And just think about it. The knight can go here because this will be checkmate, literally. And then it's not like he could go bishop g7 because bishop catches g7 would be checkmate. He can go bishop g. He can't even go bishop g. He can't even move the bishop because the bishop is pinned. So it's literally nothing that black could do right now, right? So the only thing that he could do was go rook e1. That's the only thing he could have did. And then rook catches e1, and then bishop catches b2 because he has to take this bishop because it's controlling the dark square, right? And then what do Emory Tate do? Emory Tate goes, Emory Tate goes rook e8. Oh my goodness, y'all. Obviously, the queen can't take because he takes, get his queen, and then of course the rook is pretty much forced to take, and then queen captures. It's just horrible, man. I would hate to be in this position, like for real. I would have just resigned. But anyway, yeah, bishop captures, rook e8, and then of course he goes knight f6. Hey, let's go tat for tat or whatever, things like that. Emory Tate is like, sure, we go tat for tat. Let's go rook catches d8. Hey, you take my queen, I'm gonna take your rook. I'm gonna take something extra, even with the knight pin on f8. You know what I mean? So obviously, if he, for instance, if knight captures the queen, then rook would capture on a8. And as you can see, the rook is still attacking this knight. This rook is attacking this knight. It's just very bad, very very bad. White is gonna win this easily, like literally easily. He's gonna win this. So yes, so that wouldn't be a good thing to do. All right. So after knight f6, rook catches d8, and then of course he had to take back the queen with rook catches d8, queen a6. Um, Good move. Just pretty much getting closer to the king and everything. And knight goes to e4. Queen h4. As you can see, the knight is actually hitting the queen, or the queen is hitting the knight on e4, and the queen is also hitting the rook on d8. Which is a fort. But you dash and stop it with knight f6. Rook g3 is played because right now he has not rook g8 yet because the knight is on f6. But the whole point of rook g3 is to get on the g file, but also to bring the queen into the fight. Well, the queen's already in the fight, but once the queen go to g file, you can't stop nothing really. But knight after d7 because that was really the only move that he could really do, and then after queen g5, there's nothing you can do to stop the queen on g8. Um, not I'm sorry, not queen g8 on g7, which is what I'm trying to point to. There's no way you could stop queen g7. Even if you I don't know. Like even if you try to give up a knight or whatever, yes, white cause take the knight, but I'm pretty sure the white would like to go queen captures d8 or whatever. And then the only way he could block it is with knight f8 and then queen captures f8 would be checkmate, which is still nasty. There's nothing that he can do in his position. Even with knight e5, it's still checkmate after that. There's no way he could stop the mates at all. Simple as that. But y'all guys, I really of course Yudasin resigned after Queen G5. Alright. But anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all really enjoyed this video, please like, please share, please comment. Let me know exactly what y'all think about this game. Share your ideas. If you have any other analysis notes that you want to put in the comment, please put in the comment below. Again, I'm gonna actually input the links to the Emory Tate book and Art of Attack book. It's just something that y'all can actually check out for yourself. If you are an attacking player or you want to be an attacking player, I highly encourage y'all to get that. Emory Tate book is phenomenal, man, and you will be very, very entertained by that book. I guarantee you, y'all. I guarantee you, like it is a great book to have. But anyway, y'all, definitely enjoy the rest of y'all night, and also y'all don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, y'all. All right, y'all. Peace out.